Okay, it's time for another opinion video. I'm only going to be talking about two people this time. Hokiebird428 and the channel Storror, which is a play on the word horror, but you take out the H and put in an ST there, right? So Hokie, what does he do? He makes videos for most of the games in the Halo franchise, where depending on what type of video you're watching, it's either a walkthrough video where he shows you how to beat each level on the highest difficulty, but he edits out his deaths, so it's a flawless run. And then the other type of video is a live stream video where he does the exact same thing, except he's also got a chat going on, which you occasionally look at and comment on. But here you get to see his deaths, and you realize that it's much harder to beat these games on the highest difficulty than you think. And if you watch all of his videos, you'll realize that he's had to have beaten most of these games like 50 times at least and all that stuff to be able to give us as much advice as he does, because I think in a video where he discusses problems with Halo 4's campaign, he said that he's got like 1,000+ hours for some of these games, which I'm assuming is just single player, though I could have sworn that he said he didn't play multiplayer for some of these games. It's hard to keep track of all that stuff, yeah, but if you really take the time to watch all those videos, it gives you a whole lot of appreciation for the people that are able to beat these games, especially on their own, because like me and my brother, when we first started playing the Halo games, we have a tough enough time on normal, although now we've gotten to the point where we can cruise through the first two on normal without any difficulty. Though Halo 3 is still a challenge, and I think Reach was also kind of a challenge, but it was also a lot of fun the one time that I played it, yeah. But I should point out that he's not an expert on 100% of everything, because I think the few videos that he has about Halo Wars, they're titled Still Learning, so that would imply that he's not an expert, and he's definitely not beaten Halo 4 as many times as the other games, because he said multiple times in those videos that he's not a big fan of that game, and that if you look at the comments in his Halo 4 videos, he mentions that he doesn't like the direction that the 5th game went, so yeah, that would probably explain why Halo 4 seems to be the latest in the series of games that he's made videos for. I haven't watched all of them. I've just gotten to the point where I have to watch his Halo ODST live streams and then his Halo 4 live streams. I still then have to watch his Reach videos and then the Halo Wars thing, yeah. But it's real interesting because it shows you just how tough it is to beat these games and what it's like to play a first-person shooter where you're actually thinking about what you're doing. I wouldn't know. Halo is about 90% of all the first-person shooter games that I've experienced, I think. I could be wrong because I barely played any of the World War II first-person shooters, and that's about all you really need to hear about that, right? So yeah, good on you, Hokie. I hope I enjoy what's left of your vids, and in case you're wondering if he follows any of the Halo news outside of the games, I honestly don't know, so don't ask. Right. Now, talking about the channel Storror. Now, these guys, if you go back to their earliest videos, which the first one was uploaded on October 10th, 2010, they don't seem to be that much. It's just a bunch of guys jumping around in a specific location and all that stuff. But if you move forward in the channel history to the beginning of 2017, you realize that they've changed from just showing them fooling around in a specific spot to them also including the journey that they take to get to these spots, them getting kicked off a lot of spots because, in case you haven't figured it out, they're a parkour channel, and parkour is fairly unsafe even if you do know what you're doing, but once you see all this behind-the-scenes stuff, it gets a lot more interesting to see the effort that they put into these videos, and it also gives you time to just bond with these 6 guys and any of their friends or fans that are tagging along with them, because they don't just make videos in the UK, which is the country that they're based off from. They travel to the United States, a couple places in South America, a couple places in Asia, and they do a lot of stuff there. And apparently they've also been involved in a couple of film productions. One, I think, that they did that was mostly independent. I think you can still buy it on Vimeo, although you'd have to pay like $12. And then I think they did some stunt work for a Michael Bay movie. I haven't gotten to that point in their videos, but it's surprisingly interesting for what it is, if you ask me. Although, yes, it does get repetitive, but isn't that the case of most things on here? Yeah. But I do want to point out that there is some noticeable videos that you can watch before you get to 2017, because if you watch their how we got to 1 million subscriber video, I think it was, they highlight some of the early videos that aren't just them jumping around in one location, because I think that there was this one video where they tried to stay on, like, I don't know, an island or sleep in the wilderness for a couple of days. That'd be interesting to watch, although I personally haven't watched it yet. Yeah. And in case you're wondering why I'm not mentioning their names, it's because I can't properly tell you how to distinguish them from each other, because one guy's named Toby, one guy's named Josh, then there's 2 guys that are brothers, although I don't think they completely look alike. Sorry. And then there's a guy who always wears a baseball cap backwards. You see what I mean? I just recognize them more by sight rather than name. Sorry, guys. Right. But it's a fun channel, and I recommend you check them out a little bit. Yeah. Alright, I think that wraps up this opinion of the video. Talk to you later.